What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another lesson. So in this one, I want to talk about something that I believe a lot of people will ask eventually, and I think this is like one of those like important things in programming that needs to be talked about. And I believe that it is like one of those things that you need to actually get on the train, but at least not at the moment. So what I want to talk about is AI programming and how to actually use it. Since we're setting up our IDs, integrated development environment, I thought it would be a good idea to essentially just talk a little bit about AI programmers, how to do it, and some of its benefits, and also some of the things I'd like to share about it as well. So in case you're not familiar with this, the idea with AI programmer is that you can actually get help from AI directly from your IDE. For example, let's say we use PyCharm, that's what we're going to be using. So you can actually use an AI to directly use AI to essentially write code in PyCharm or Visual Studio. All right, and it's really cool because it helps you to program a lot faster. It like makes your life a lot easier. At the same time, it's really powerful stuff. I've seen it, I've actually used it myself, and it's like really powerful stuff. So I want to first of all explain how do you install it, but also before we get to that, I want to explain like whether you should use it or not, because right now what you're doing is that you're actually learning to program. All right, the last thing you want is to something that is going to help you get lazy with programming, because it's good to have the AI programming, don't get me wrong, it's good to have that help. But the problem with this is that if you have someone doing things for you a little bit, because and you're going to see the limitations of it, it's not going to like write a program for you. But if you have help like that, you're going to get a little bit lazy, but more importantly, you're not going to learn programming. So what I recommend is, before you even install this on your machine, try to learn everything first. Like, try to go through this course and learn Python, and then come back and install the Copilot, which is the product I'm going to talk about. So again, just keep that in mind. Don't do it right now. I just want to kind of drop it in here for you guys. You can actually bookmark this page so you can have it for yourself for later, but don't consider using it right now. Okay, but anyway, so what is this? So Copilot is again a AI pair programmer. I'm going to leave a link to this page in the resource section so you can check it out for yourself. So the idea with Copilot is that you can actually have help directly from AI in your programming software, whether again you're using Visual Studio Code or PyCharm, and you can like literally get help, and it's going to autocomplete for you as you write your code. So it's really cool, really powerful stuff, and this is just the beginning of it, by the way. And obviously this is not a free thing, so you have to pay for it, but more importantly, I mean, you can get a free trial, but that's why I said don't get the free trial, don't get into it right now. Make sure you learn the Python first by going through the course, and then later on, if you want to like just make your life a lot easier, use AI to get help when you're coding, right? But right now, don't do that. But anyway, so the idea with this is that this is going to directly connect you to AI, and you can actually write code very easily, and it integrates with a lot of good stuff. Like right now, at least it does with Visual Studio, NeoVim, which is I haven't actually used, but VS Code, which we talked about, and also JetBrains IDEs, which is again in this case is PyCharm, right? We're using PyCharm, that is JetBrains. So that's basically how it works, and I'm going to show you in action. Again, like I got the program myself because again I do know Python, so like when I'm coding, it just makes my life a lot easier. But the way this works is that let me actually pull it up. So I have a code here. So this is my Visual Studio IDE. And if you take a look, the way you can actually write code using this is, for example, if I have this code, one of the things it does is that it actually autocompletes for you. For example, if I actually get rid of this comment here, and as you see, it autocompletes, and if I press tab, it's going to like actually write the comment for me. But also it actually does code as well. So if I actually get rid of this and I'm gonna say deal card. And again, what it does is that as I write the code, it's going to find, there you go, see, it's going to like figure out what I need, and it's going to actually do it for me. And if I press tab just like that, the AI just made the code for me. So again, guys, this is pretty powerful stuff. As you see, it's really, really useful. But as I said, I don't recommend using this at the moment, because, and again, this can be also used in PyCharm as well. The way you install it, first of all, let me actually get to that. I'm getting all over the place because this is so cool. So the way you install is that in a Visual Studio Code, you want, after you get your account, after you get your GitHub Copilot account, what you want to do is in Visual Studio, you actually go ahead and click on extensions, and you want to find GitHub Copilot, or like Copilot, you can just search for it, and you want to install it. I have it already installed, so I don't need to do that, but that's how you actually install it. But anyways, that's how you do it on Visual Studio Code, and then it's gonna ask you to log in, and you're gonna log in, and that's pretty much good to go. And same thing with the PyCharm. In the Windows, you actually want to go to File Settings. In the Mac, you want to go click on PyCharm here and just click Settings. So again, you just want to go to the Settings page essentially, and you want to go to Plugins and look for GitHub Copilot. All right, so I'm just going to say Copilot, and if I search for it, there you go. It's just like, it gives me this, and I can just install it. Now, I'm not going to install it on my PyCharm, because one of the things I want you to know is that I actually I like the idea of the AI, you know, again, makes it easy and everything, but at the same time, I don't want to become a lazy programmer. So I have it only on Visual Studio Code. And like whenever I feel like I really need to figure something out, I need to help, I actually go to Visual Studio Code and like try to like use AI to actually, you know, figure out a problem. Otherwise, I usually don't use it. I usually just like try to figure it out myself. And that's why I didn't install it on PyCharm, because PyCharm is the like actual IDE that I personally use. And you know, that's why I don't want to have this on this, because I just want to code by myself. And if I need the help, I'll just go back to Visual Studio Code and like get help. So that's how AI programming works. I just want to share this with you guys. Again, I'm going to leave a link to the Copilot in the resource section, but I don't recommend using it at the moment. So don't consider it, just like bookmark it for future. And also you can get a free trial. I think right now it's a 60-day free trial. I recommend just like learning the Python right now. And then, because we have a lot to talk about, you know, we're going to get to finish into like, we're going to talk more about like, you know, more beginner stuff. And then we're going to get into more intermediate and advanced concept as well later on. So like, I want to make sure you're completely familiar with everything before you start using AI, because again, it can make you very lazy. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next section and next videos.